Welcome. Welcome to our friends from all over the world. I'm Alessandro Palma, your host for today, and we are here with Jed Schwartz, our instructor from the Jin Shin Jyutsu faculty. Welcome, Jed.
Thank you, Ali, and thank you all for joining us today. Whatever day it is that you're joining us, whether it's a replay or live, I'm honored that you're here. I'm honored to be here myself. And today, what I would love for us to work with is our safety energy lock. So we are going to start by going into our high 19, which is the area right between the elbow and the shoulder. And if you look at the diagram, you see I have a circle, a violet circle around this area, because this area is not, as we've talked about before, and those of you who are just tuning in for the first time and are not familiar with the art of Jin Shin Jyutsu, or those of you who have been studying for a long time, we're all the same in God's eyes. So this area is not a single safety energy lock, but it's a region. So it covers the whole area around the whole arm, 360 degrees. And depending upon where you're holding, you impact different circulation pathways that move through there. So you could just put your hand on your upper arm, and if we do it together, let's take our left hand and put it on our right arm, and just feel where you might feel tension. Tension can be discomfort, it could be pain, and pain is usually what we would say is an indication of energy stuck. Energy's not moving, the body starts to have a pain response, so we know that it needs attention. And it's one of the ways that our body speaks to us to say, hey, you need to do something. You need to change whatever you are doing in life, wherever you're being, thinking, feeling, so that we can recalculate where we are, recalibrate to get back in harmony. And so our process that we use in this art is we're using our hands on different positions to be able to open up the flow, the streams of energy, to be able to recalibrate the body so that its internal intelligence is able to bring us back to homeostasis, so that we feel the freedom of pain, so we feel the beauty of life within us. And then the other hand is going to go to the area that I have, that you see in front of you, the ones, which is right on the inside of the knee. So if you take a look at that area, it's right located right in the inside of the knee, and you just want to put your hand there. I realized you couldn't hear me because I pulled my mic out, but so you put your hand right there, and that's a good connection. So what it's going to look like is you put your left hand on your right upper arm, your high 19, and your left hand is going to go into the 1 in the inside of the knee. And this is a picture of an old client of mine who loves Jin Shin Jyutsu so much that they continue to do it in the afterlife. So you never know what you're going to be doing today, what's going to happen to you in the future. So just be ready for that. But if you take a look at this figure, we're working in opposite directions. So we're having in the right upper arm and left leg. So this is bringing in what we call a diagonal relationship, and it's helping to create movement in a diagonal. So it's bringing any congestion that we might have in the left side, the right side, the right arm, the right chest, and it's helping to move that down into the left leg so that the stream opens. And this is a great position that we can try now, and you can do whenever you want, to be able to help to release tension in the chest area. So it opens up our heart, it opens up our lungs, it helps circulation in our body, it helps respiration, oxygenation. It's so incredible for helping any of these difficulties, or before you have a difficulty, because prevention is the way to go. So without waiting for something to happen, you can work on yourself now to be able to have a wonderful future. So that's what we can all share in this moment, to be able to do that. So let's turn their slides off for a second so that we don't need to look at this anymore. And great. What I'd like you to do is, as you're holding these two areas, is to start to let go and relax for a moment. Because there's one way to work with Jin Shin Jyutsu, and that's cognitively, but What we're working with it is to help feel the flow, feel the energy that moves in our body, to be able to allow ourselves to know ourselves on a deeper level. And you can do Jin Shin Jyutsu, as you probably have heard in other of these We Are One or books that you may have read, that you can do Jin Shin Jyutsu anywhere. You can do it when you're watching TV, when you're talking to somebody, when you're walking, when you're sleeping. I mean, it's unlimited. But when we're doing it with things going around that we're involved with, it's hard to be focused. It's hard to have, the depth of our mind going into experiencing us without being distracted by the world around us. So this is on a more physical level. But a deeper way that we can go is when we start bringing awareness to this, where we start going a little bit more internally to be able to feel who we are, to be able to feel what we're doing, to feel the energy or the lack of energy moving in one place or another. But yet we're still aware of the world around us. As we go even deeper, that's where we get to the depth of what I would call meditation, where the outer world is no longer what we're focused on, the distractions around us, but what we're feeling is ourselves, feeling the internal world that is more expansive than anything else. I was speaking to Philomena recently, and she said that Mary said that Jin Shin Jyutsu was her meditation. And when you go deep enough into feeling who you are, the now know myself, that's really where Jin Shin Jyutsu and meditation become one. In Mary's text 1, she has a little sentence that touched me very deeply, and it's what I think about often when I'm working. She says, to have unencumbered communion with the Creator. And I take that to mean that I let go of the world around me and I allow the essence of the divine to flow through me without resistance, without my personality, without my thinking, my belief systems, without my judgment and criticisms in life, so that I can allow the perfection of source, which is within all of us, to flow through me, to flow through my hands, and to be able to help me to move this great river, this great ocean of life through me, to be able to feel what life is. This is the potential for all of us, but we get so distracted by the world around us. And it's so interesting. I was talking to my wife Lois that because we go to these daily sessions, and now it's 3 days a week, but sometimes the speaker will get quiet, and all of a sudden inside me, I'll feel the silence. And then my mind comes in and thinks, did my computer just freeze? And then I open my eyes to see, and often it's not. And so I'm aware that I haven't gone deep enough, because ultimately, if you go deep enough into this source, the great ocean of life, when it's silent, they could be talking, but you don't hear it anymore. That to me is the unencumbered communion with the Creator. And I'm sure many of you have experienced, or maybe all of you have experienced, but the moment that you feel it, you start to really, truly have a sense of how great life is, of what the potential of knowing myself, the great I am. Moving from a little stream, it leads us to the great river. And as we let go, as this unencumbered communion, we allow the river to take us to the great ocean, the great cosmic ocean of consciousness that we call the source, that you may call by some other name that you have depending upon your tradition or your religion or your concepts. But the source encompasses all, and it's within each and every one of us, which means that we are all related. You and I are from the same source, whether we've met each other or not. And the deeper we go into the source, whenever we meet one another, we see that in our eyes, we see it in our essence. And that's where we move into the great place of compassion, what the Buddha calls the state where we are all one. To me, that's the essence of Jin Shin Jyutsu, its philosophy. Not always easy to attain or to hold on to. Sometimes we slip, but our work is to continue to do self-help, to readjust ourselves, to know that we're off our game and to bring ourselves back again. So for these few moments, let's go a little deeper. Let's let go of our thinking about information, about words, of learning something, because it's all within us. So sit as comfortably as you can with your feet flat on the ground. And if you have to lie down, that's okay too. Just make yourself comfortable. And if you want to close your eyes for a few moments and breathe and feel where your breath is coming from, notice if there's any restrictions in your chest. Notice if you have any tension in your arm, your hand that's holding the the upper arm, or it's holding the inside of the leg, the knee, and just let go. If this is uncomfortable, put your arms down so that you can just be relaxed. The key is to let go. Holding on creates suffering. We get stuck. And our job is to be free. And in order to do our job, we have to connect to the inside. And from inside, we're able to perceive the entire world and see its beauty and radiance. Because the sun that is lit from within will brighten everything around us. And then the outer sun and the inner sun become one. And when we meet people like that, we see they're like a fire. They're a blaze. They're a light that lights the world. And whenever you meet them, wherever they come into a room, the whole room changes. And this atmosphere of harmony is contagious because we all want to be around it. We all want to be around the great fire. So feel yourself sink a little deeper, feeling it go to the very center of your chest, to your spiritual heart. Feel it pulsing life through your whole body. If you feel any discomfort, breathe into that area. Relax. As you go deeper and deeper, you get larger and larger in expansiveness. We're never alone. And when you get quiet, you find the center. Breathe it in and feel yourself expanding. breathing in the grace of the Creator that's with you this moment. That surrounds you and bathes you in light, in comfort, in healing. In this moment, with all your heart, to be connected to the Source, to the Creator, to your beloved. And like a child longing for their parents, beckon the Creator to you. Know in this moment that you are one with the Creator, never separated, always apart, always a part of the light, always filled with it. Whatever burdens, whatever things that you have in your life that are heavy to carry, put it into this light. Put it into the great cauldron of the divine to be blessed and consumed in the light. Put all the friends and family that you care about who need help into this light. And believe in the miracle of possibilities. That they can awaken whole and free. There is a grace that's with us all. It's here now, and it's always been here. Open your field a little more and feel it, how subtle it is. It's a stillness of love. A gentle caress, the kiss of God on your forehead and your heart. Breathe it in and breathe it out to the world. And imagine that your breath of light goes out to touch everyone on this planet, every living being, the animal kingdom, the plants, the trees, the elements, the ocean, the air. And for the moment that remains, feel the blessing of purity cleansing the world, opening the hearts of all beings, food and shelter, work, for the children, for the parents. Send your blessings to the oceans and those that swim, to the air, to those that fly, to the earth, to those that walk it, and to those that live underneath of it or within it. Feel a blessing that we're all united. We all come together. We're all from the same family, just called love. And it's through grace that we exist. Feel your breath. Feel a little bit more physically. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel the seat or the bed that you're in. And slowly, if you want to stay in this state, you can. If you can hear my voice, it's good to come out. And so this simple I-19 and 1 can be used at any time. And if you notice how you feel, you may notice that your right side feels a little more open, expansive, as does the left leg. So when we're all done, you might want to do the other side or not. It's a big circle. Everything comes back to the same place. So I want to thank you all for joining us today, joining my brother Ali and me, who is a major being of light for all of our We Are One. And those of you who have had the opportunity to see him and meet him, or just see him here, I know at least everybody I talk to has already fallen in love with him. So he's got a big fan club.
It's my honor.
I know.
It will be a part of this.
Thank you. Many blessings to everybody who watches this, who doesn't watch it, and may our world be a better place from the work that we've all done together this moment. So thank you all.
Thank you all. We'll be back on Monday with Susan Schwartz at the same time. Bye-bye.